going That was kind of disgusting. What is going on, peeps? Welcome back to a brand new Sunday video. This is a little bit of an ambitious DIY. About a week ago, Insider Food uploaded a video of this enormous ice cream cone cake upside down thing. There's actually a restaurant in New York City that makes these things called stuffed ice cream. And ever since I saw this video, I've been like infatuated with it for some reason. It's such a simple concept, but like, it's one of those existential questions. Why have we always eaten ice cream cake in a rectangle? Why has nobody thought to make ice cream cake in the shape of normal ice cream? And so today I'm gonna try to tackle it. I'm gonna try to make my own with homemade ice cream, homemade marshmallow fondant. It's gonna be a task, so let's get right into it. Now guys, first up we are doing the ice cream, and I found this surprisingly simple vanilla ice cream recipe that uses some half and half and heavy whipping cream, some sugar, and a little vanilla. And this is pretty much as straightforward as you can get. You're gonna combine 2 cups of both your half and half and heavy cream. I'm gonna double the recipe since I'm gonna need a lot of ice cream for this, so I used 1 quart of each, or 4 cups of each. Into the bowl, I also gradually added 1.5 cups of sugar, adding a little bit and stirring each time, and then I just finished the whole thing with some vanilla. Pretty easy. So now let's just take a look here and see what the next step is. Ain't nobody got time to wait 3 days for ice cream to be ready. I also don't have an ice cream machine, so that is an issue. Let's just say I had a backup plan. I'm gonna use some store-bought ice cream. I feel like this recipe is gonna be difficult enough to accomplish, so I also grabbed my styrofoam sphere molds that I found in my local craft store. I very carefully tried to cover the insides with some plastic wrap because nobody knows what kind of nasty kids were touching up on the inside of this. And each half is actually gonna get the entire tub of ice cream. I had 2 different flavors, both cookie related, because in the middle I'm gonna crush up a ton of Oreos and load each side with them, leaving a small band of ice cream all the way around the outside of each that I'm hoping will stick to the other half and mend together back in the freezer. I don't know. But once I had both halves prepared, I very timidly tossed them together. Thankfully they didn't fly out, and I threw it in the freezer for a couple hours. In the meantime, we're gonna get to work on the fondant. I've made this countless times on my channel. I know this by heart by now. It's literally just some mini marshmallows, a little water, and a ton of powdered sugar. Very simple, yet very messy. You're gonna spend more time cleaning your kitchen than actually making this. And once I kneaded in all the powdered sugar and got to my desired consistency, I rubbed a little bit of Crisco on the outside, put it in some plastic wrap as well, and into the fridge to let it set. Now finally, what I'm most excited for, and the thing I didn't even tell you about, I'm gonna try to make some homemade waffle cones. The batter kind of reminds me of like a very sweet pancake mix, but also you kind of want it to have the consistency of a crepe batter. I did have to add a little bit of water to just thin it out at the end. Also, according to this recipe, I'm able to make this without a waffle cone maker, just on a non-stick pan like this one. So I let it cook for about 4 minutes and went to flip it, and I'm very happy. It seems like it's the perfect thickness. I'm assuming that this is gonna be big enough to fit on top of our ice cream cake. And when it's fully finished cooking, you want to take it out, scorch your hands while you're trying to form this into a cone. Luckily though, it does crisp up and harden very quickly. I'd say less than a minute before this thing hardened up completely. And that looks really good, so I finished it off with a little bit of chocolate frosting, a little bit of chocolate sprinkles, and I am very satisfied with this. You would have been able to get a sneak peek of this homemade cone over on my Instagram if you follow me. If you don't, it's David_Seymour1. I hate myself when I shamelessly plug. Now the only thing left to do before assembling this all together is to roll out my fondant. I think it's about set. I gave it a couple hours in the fridge and I got it to the thinness I was hoping for. This should be more than enough to coat our entire ice cream ball. And now for the moment of truth. I am very nervous, but I popped off the top I noticed immediately that the ice cream is a little bit softer than I was hoping for, but I carefully removed the other half, all the plastic wrap as well. This thing definitely did not set fully, but I'm just gonna try to wing it and finish this off. I covered the whole thing in my white fondant and tried to trim away around the bottom. I was going very quick and frantically, so I did mess this up. I had some creases and some spots, but we're gonna ignore them. All the way around the bottom to cover the crease, I cut some more Oreos in half and loaded them, along with some more of that chocolate frosting, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And finally, we cannot forget about our chocolate-covered waffle cone. Guys, I'm kind of happy. I did not think it would turn out looking like an actual upside-down ice cream cone, but it kind of does. I say that, but getting a piece of this is proving harder than I thought. It's also gotten way softer in the time that I was decorating it, so let's give it a try. Okay, now it's melted even more. Listen, this is why I don't do ice cream cakes or anything with ice cream, because it's very hard to work with. We all know what store-bought ice cream tastes like. I do want to try my fondant though and see how that is. Normally I really don't love fondant, especially like the store-bought. It has like this really weird aftertaste to me. But homemade stuff, it tastes like sugary marshmallows. It's not bad. If I had put more time into it, let the ice cream ball initially set for a lot longer, between each step, put it back in the freezer, it probably would have looked a lot nicer. But this whole cake is for me, so I don't really care what it looks like. Can I get a side-by-side of mine and the one from Insider? I mean, you get the general idea, right? Realistically, this video is always just gonna result in me in an ice cream coma after eating 2 full tubs of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave me a big like. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I already told you to in this video. I'm sorry. Guys, I forgot to mention, for this week's BuzzFeed test, the sheet pan crunch wrap, I actually did a poll on my Twitter to see which one you guys wanted me to do the most, and that was one of the 2. That was the top. If you want to see those polls, seriously, either follow my Twitter or check it once in a while, because I'm going to start doing that more often. Other than that though, have an awesome beginning of your week, and I'll see you right back here for the next one.